Hello, Scorpio, and thank you for taking the time to listen to this message. This message for you is for the upcoming new moon in Libra that is taking place on October 21st at 28 degrees of Libra. So let's take a look and see what messages, guidance, information wants to show up for you for this phase of this new moon. First card coming up is Taurus energy. So I feel this is a slow moving energy, an energy that's been taking a long time to come through, can be in regards to your job, your work, your career, something like that, but it can also be um, something that just you've been waiting to manifest into your physical realm. So this can be many different things. I do feel, though, this is strongly giving me an indication of something to do with your work, something you love, though. I'm feeling love in this as well. So your desire for something, I feel like something that I feel work, a career that you've been waiting for, working towards, wanting a promotion, something like that. I feel like this has something to do with your money, your finances. I feel like you've been working hard. You see, there's your sister sign showing right up for you, the Capricorn energy. And I do feel like this is something that you've been wanting and waiting for to manifest, to come through in your physical realm. Wow, house one, that's about self. This is about you. So, this is, again, I do feel like this is a true desire that you have for yourself, for your life, that it is somehow connected and present in the physical, right? This isn't just about your spirit, your soul, your um things like that. It's showing up in the physical realm. I feel like this is a desire that you have in the physical realm, and I do feel like it's associated with your career, the money you make, the job that you work, something like that. Next card that comes out, wow. There is no doubt this has some big impact into your physical, because all three are, there's only three earth signs: Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and here they are. They all are. I feel like, you know, I feel like, these aren't your sister signs, but these are the sister signs showing up for you, Scorpio. I feel, Scorpio, that there has been a time, or there was a time, I feel like that time is over, where you were really moving forward with integrity, with determination, hard work, that sort of thing. I get the vibe that you were overlooked many times, is how I'm feeling with this energy. And I kind of feel like it's that vibe of you didn't go along to get along, like you kind of challenged things, you stood up for things. Bottom of the deck is Pluto. There's your energy, right? You would bring things to the light, you would bring things from the dark to the light. I feel like you have gone through a transformation. I'm also feeling this is an external transformation that's taking place. I feel like that time for you is over. The time for you of being overlooked, of disregarded, and I kind of feel like that skill set, that integrity that you've carried so proudly, I feel like that is about to be rewarded. Where in the past, and a lot of times when we go through experiences, cycles, or things like that, it gets us to question, right? Like when you ever hear people say, I say this all the time: when you do the right things happen, right? And there are a lot of people like, I did the right thing, but then I kept getting dismissed or overlooked or not promoted or not, advanced in some way. And that's unfortunate. But by staying tried and true to that integrity, to who you truly are, to, in your power of bringing things, because you have the power to bring things that are done in the dark to the light. You are a transformative energy. And I feel like by staying in your, on that path, in that integrity, you are about to be advanced in a really big way around the time of this new moon, just as a result of it, because integrity is the wave of the future. And we're in Piscean age and energy, confusion, delusion, or preying on people's feelings, or being able to smooth talk, or that sort of thing, that kind of energy that was sustainable during then. Well, it's not working now, and it's not going to work again in the future. So I feel like this is where once upon a time you may have even questioned yourself, is doing the right thing really the right thing to do? Because I don't feel like I almost like you felt being punished for doing it. And I feel like you're about to see that no, you were not punished. You were getting ready for what's coming in next for you. You are, I feel, being put in a leadership position. So take that as it resonates, release what doesn't. The answers you need are coming. You are very close to achieving your goal. Like I said, you stayed tried and true. You did not back down. You did not go along to get along. You did not, um, you know, try to fit in by doing what everybody else was doing because for whatever reason they thought it was cool or the right thing to do. I feel like you were like stuck out. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying it in a good way because, that's true leadership. True leadership don't go along to get along. True leaders don't try to fit in with everybody else. It's like everybody wants to be, you know, top of the ladder. They want to be big man on campus, that sort of energy, right? But then when it comes down to doing the work of a true leader, like recognizing issues, taking those issues out, if this is a boss of a company, right? It's not just all fun and games where I'm the boss, tee hee tee ha. It's like, no, you got to do some things that people don't like to do. You got to fire people, you have to hold people accountable. And a lot of people who want to be leaders really don't want, they want all the clout, the perks, the this, the that, the third thing, but they don't want to do the job that it requires to be a true leader. And we're seeing this shift up left, right, and center in the physical realm right now. And here you go, Scorpio. Something's going on for you. Show the world the real you. I'm seeing two full moons with both of these cards. This is a full moon in Gemini. This is the full moon in Aquarius. So something is coming out, something is being released. And I feel like it's almost like the delusion or the illusions of like I feel like it's that smooth talking energy, right? Where people can talk themselves right out of all the bullshit that they've done and accept no accountability and this, that, and the third thing. I feel like them kind of energies are being released with this full moon in Aquarius. I feel like you are, shedding an old skin and allowing your true authentic self to show up even more now than ever. Meditate and contemplate new moon in Pisces. So this is a new beginning I'm feeling that's taking place for you. I also feel like maybe I don't feel like this has been long term, but I kind of feel like for a minute you have been more just observing things going on around you, and where once upon a time you may have spoke up and spoke out about it. I kind of feel like you kind of like didn't do that for a minute for whatever reason, and I feel like you're being scoped out in a good way. I almost feel like there is an authority figure or a person who's in a very high position of power who's coming to you, and they're going to ask you something, and that's your opportunity to just put it out there, because I feel like once upon a time you were putting it out there and no one was listening, so you just decided, well, they don't care, right? And I feel like you just were observing things and not necessarily speaking on them. And then this opportunity comes, and look, this integrity of yours um, is going to really stand up and stand out. Like when this person or situation transpires for you or it comes through for you, I feel like by you being authentic, by you speaking the truth, by you not willing to save someone's ass, that sort of energy is what it's giving me. I feel like you're going to be not only commended for that, I feel like respected for that and promoted for that as well. So bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. This is again, it's just giving that authentic energy where I'm not doing this to hurt people. I'm doing this to help people, right? It's like I'm doing this because if we are working, we're all part of a team, right? Like, especially if this is in a work environment, like if you've got energies that aren't taking accountability or being responsible or doing the most, that's kind of causing chaos, drama, just messiness, right? In the situation, I feel like you're not coming up and saying this stuff or speaking this stuff out or bringing it to the light because you want to hurt somebody. You want to better the team. You want to better the process. You want to better something, right? And being honest about that. The energy is gaining momentum. I feel like you're going places, Scorpio. So let's keep looking. Let's look at what this is the Moonology manifestation deck. So let's see what's manifesting in for you during this new moon in the sign of Libra. There's balance coming into a situation. Release your blocks. And this is where there's your Scorpio energy, first quarter moon in Scorpio. This is where you're showing, presenting your true, authentic self. A lot of Scorpio energy out here. You are here to bring transformation. You are here to bring what's hidden in the dark to the light. You are a catalyst for transformation. And I feel like your transformation is needed. Your skill set, your authenticity is needed to bring forth greatness, to bring forth stability, accountability, accuracy, productivity, all of these things I'm feeling. Bottom of the deck, speak your world into being, right? And again, I felt that energy right away. It's like you're not doing this to hurt, you're doing this to help because it makes a difference, right? People who keep sweeping things underneath the rug because first they don't want to hold people accountable, or second they don't want to deal with the situation, it's only creating a bigger situation that at some point in the future is just going to boom and collapse anyways, right? I don't feel like you're that energy that does that. You want to, deal with things accordingly, not wait 6 months before something gets out of hand before dealing with it. And I feel like this is what's calling you up for this. See the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. So I do feel like again you see things differently. You're a very deep sign, you're a very intense sign. You may people may, or situations, people may look at you like, you're different than you are, right? You could be a very intense person, a very deep person, and shallow people or shallow experience, things like that are just not going to resonate with the way you vibe. And that's okay, right? Nobody has to like you and you don't have to care. It's that sort of energy. But as long as you stay tried and true to self, all is great, right? And you know this. You are that transformation, like I said. Unleash your kindest self. So I do feel like you are a kind, compassionate, you are a water sign energy. So I do know you have deep feelings, and when you love, you will love deeply. And when you bring forth that transformation, it will be felt by everybody. Anyone who knows anything about Scorpios knows that the last thing you really want to do is, you know, really betray a Scorpio. Well, every sign has their own thing, but their own thing like that. But Scorpios have that stinger. If they have to bring transformation to you, best believe you're going to feel it. Make no mistake about it. You will feel that energy. Full moon in Pisces, forgive. So I kind of feel bottom of the decks is detoxify. I feel through whatever this is for you. This forgiveness, I feel like it's for you. I do feel like it's for others as well. And Taurus is showing up and it's saying detoxify. I'm feeling with this forgive, you're going to forgive. I feel like yourself for not knowing better, but others it's hard for me to say that. I take that back because Scorpios, their spidey senses know. They just know it is. I feel like you are going to forgive others for the things they were doing underhandedly. They were doing in the dark. I feel like to sabotage you, right? This detoxify feels to me, right? Like you are going to weed out those toxic situations. I'm kind of, if I'm talking to a Scorpio who's about ready to be promoted and put in leadership role, there's some people that are on the chopping block. There are some people that are going to be dismissed because they're part of the problem, not part of the solution. This is no hard feelings, but it's just about everybody wants to be on a winning team, right? But then you got, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or put anybody down, but people who don't want to pull their own weight or do their job, or you know they that's the energy I'm getting. I'm going to leave it like that before I say something and it comes out wrong. Anyhow, push through any insecurity. I feel because in release control at the bottom of the deck, I feel like there is a part of you that is going, it's going to be, I feel, a little awkward and uncomfortable. It's almost like coming into this position of power. Like you all of a sudden showing up at work one day, you're promoted, now you're the boss, and all these little energies that were around you that were trying to sabotage you or make you look bad probably throw you underneath the bus and blame you for the bullshit they were doing, right? Gives me that sort of energy. I do feel like, there is this energy that gives me the vibe where you're coming in and you're about ready to make some radical changes. You're about to transform some things in the physical, right? I feel like this is it could be within I feel like a work environment. It's how I'm feeling. Or you go into a new position or a new job, but there is something and you come in and it's almost like a wrecking ball, right? You're bringing forth transformation, and that is your gift. That is one of your greatest gifts. You are the leader of the transformation. Pluto deconstructs to reconstruct, and you're about ready to show up tenfold into a situation. And I know there's going to be energies around you that may not be very happy with it, like it, maybe trying to sabotage you or talk a bunch of smack about you. I feel like you're going to forgive them, people. Let them move on. Let them go heal. Let them go do some shadow work. You're going to detoxify the situation. You're going to push through any insecurities. I feel, and again, because you are a water sign energy, right? Where people can really, you may step back and question yourself because a lot of people will try to guilt you. If somebody loses their job, their position, this sort of thing, I got a whole family, I got this, I got that, right? They try to prey, and with an E, not with an A, on your feelings, on your emotions, on your humanity, right? They try to prey on that. But this is about facts. This is about productivity. This is about being able to reach a finish goal or a win in some way, shape, or form. And, you have to deal with reality, not the illusion of or the energy of trying to save. I don't feel like you're trying to save the world. I feel like you're a catalyst for this transformation. If someone loses their job, yes, that's unfortunate. It does suck. If they do have family, that's, it does. There's no doubt about that. But holding on to that energy just to appease somebody or to not hurt somebody's feelings is going to hurt this company, this brand, this whatever this is, right? I feel, believe it or not, whether they like it or not, that you are the catalyst to allow them to change. They may, show up to their next job and, be more mindful and grateful for it and appreciate it and do their job more, more authentically or work harder at it or do something like that. But I feel like you are the catalyst for a major change that is taking place. Wow, this is something else with your reading today, Scorpio. Please leave me a comment and let me know if this resonates with you. I do appreciate you. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I thank you very much for being here and watching this video, and I send you love and light.